I had the inability to make myself feel okay unless there was something else doing it for me.
Welcome to Watch Mojo, and today we're counting down our picks for the celebrities who don't exactly practice what they preach when it comes to quote-unquote woke ideology.
I can understand why people feel the way that they do, specifically because of the narrative that was spun and was given to them.
Number 10, Shia LaBeouf. If you grew up with Even Stevens, Holes, or the Transformers movies, you likely know this versatile actor well, which makes some of his adult choices harder to stomach.
Oh yeah.
LaBeouf has been outspoken in political activism, using his eccentric performance art to express his views. Notably, he co-launched the He Will Not Divide Us project in 2017 to protest Donald Trump's inauguration.
Shia LaBeouf got very passionate on at least one occasion and was arrested for clashing with a Trump supporter.
However, his personal life has been riddled with controversy, including arrests for disorderly conduct and intoxication. More seriously, two former partners have accused him of inappropriate behavior. While LaBeouf has had efforts to turn his life around after embracing Christianity, the industry is understandably skeptical about his values.
I've just received a lot of love since coming in here. You know, I don't have a big family until today, it felt like. It's like everything came together.
Number 9, Asia Argento. This Italian actress and director was a major voice in the #MeToo movement after accusing Harvey Weinstein of sexual assault.
And I think I was the first one to go on the record. And I said, give my name to the other women, because I felt it was a moment of my conscience that woke up. And I knew it would wake up all the other consciences.
In 2018, she took the stage at Cannes with a fiery speech calling out industry predators. But just months later, things took a messy turn when actor Jimmy Bennett accused Argento of assaulting him when he was 17. Argento denied any wrongdoing, but was linked to a $380,000 settlement meant to keep things quiet.
She is one of the faces of it, and I think, you know, that's why a lot of people are shocked.
Then, leaked photos and texts suggested something did happen, and Argento was ultimately dropped from X Factor Italy. Needless to say, it was a shocking turn of events for someone who had been at the forefront of such a major movement. Number 8, Aziz Ansari. Acclaimed for his roles in Parks and Recreation and Master of None, Ansari has been a vocal advocate for various causes, including feminism and modern relationships.
I'll be here.
That's true. He's also explored topics like gender dynamics in his work. So, when an anonymous woman accused him of inappropriate behavior during a date, many were shocked, especially considering his past support for the Time's Up organization and the book he had written on romantic relationships.
Was this assault or just a bad date? Some could not believe that Ansari, a self-proclaimed feminist, could do such a thing.
Ansari responded by stating that he believed the interaction was consensual, but nonetheless apologized upon learning of the woman's discomfort. Still, his purported actions were considered by some to be at odds with points he's professed.
She thought he was a hypocrite because he apparently holds himself out there as a champion of women's rights, as a feminist, as somebody who will call out creeps when they behave as creeps.
Number 7, James Franco. Celebrated for his roles in films like 127 Hours and The Disaster Artist, Franco has aligned himself with progressive causes.
Hey, if I can have a career in this business, so can you, man.
I don't want a career.
He was a 2013 recipient of the Ally Award for his outspoken support for the LGBTQIA+ community and expressed support for the sentiments behind the #MeToo movement.
One of the things that I've learned is that this is a conversation that obviously needs to be had. There are people, women and others who have not been a part of this conversation. And I truly believe, and why I was wearing the pin, is that they need to be a part of this conversation.
In 2018, however, Franco faced scrutiny when multiple women accused him of misconduct, alleging that he behaved inappropriately with them in several settings, including acting classes where he had served as the instructor. The controversy led to a major career fallout, with Franco stepping away from the spotlight for several years.
I suppose at the time, my thinking was, if it's consensual, okay.
Hey, I'm Mark Hope, the designer of WatchMojo's newest game, Terrible Influence. And just like the celebrities in this video, in Terrible Influence you get to roleplay as somebody who will do absolutely anything to become rich and famous. You could be a vlogger with a good personality who starts a foundation. Or you could be a podcaster with no self-respect who's also a conspiracy theorist. What would I do to be rich and famous? Make a board game with WatchMojo. I just said that. Terrible Influence is available now for a limited time only on Kickstarter.
Number 6. Chrissy Tegan. Political activism is a major part of this model and television personality's reputation.
You really are outspoken. You're not scared of anything.
No.
You'll say exactly how you feel.
Yeah.
Tegan has frequently used her platform to raise her voice about a variety of sensitive topics. What's more, she's been the first to criticize certain individuals and call out what she sees as problematic behavior. That is, until Tegan's unproblematic queen status was dramatically soured in 2021.
You felt like you weren't talking to anybody. You just threw things out there. You didn't feel like anyone was going to read it.
Model Courtney Stodden revealed that Tegan had sent them abusive messages in 2011. Others would come to accuse Tegan of similar online harassment. This, of course, starkly contrasts with Tegan's persona as a proponent of kindness and peace.
I feel like I've done the work, and I just hope these people can, forgive and be able to, welcome the fact that hopefully they've seen me be better.
Number 5. Lena Dunham. Although some have hailed the creator of the TV series Girls and the newsletter Lenny Letter as a feminist icon, Dunham has also faced some major criticism throughout her career.
I'm aware of the criticisms, and I'm able to live with them.
In her 2014 memoir, she detailed childhood experiences with her younger sibling that many perceived as reprehensible. Furthermore, in 2017, Dunham defended Girls writer Murray Miller against sexual assault allegations from actress Aurora Perrineau, suggesting such accusations are often misreported.
She's getting a lot of criticism right now because she's been very outspoken before with believing victims. And now in the case that involves her friend, she's saying that we shouldn't take the victim at her word.
She would later issue an apology for the statement. Additionally, her 2016 comment that she wished she had terminated a pregnancy to empathize with others drew sharp rebukes for its insensitivity. These instances highlight a disparity between Dunham's advocacy and personal actions. Number 4. Armie Hammer. In his early years, Hammer cultivated an image as a progressive and socially conscious individual.
This is the most incredible story I've ever heard. I also thought this is the most American story I've ever heard. It's the rise against tyranny. It's the oppressed feeling that they deserve freedom. Like, this is what our country was founded on.
The actor has expressed support for various social justice movements, aligning himself with causes advocating for equality and ethical treatment. But this all came to a halt in 2021 when multiple women accused Hammer of violent, manipulative, and coercive actions.
I will say this. There are people that I left who were hurt and who were upset. None of those people were hurt or upset because I pushed any sexual boundaries that they weren't interested in exploring or trying.
Are you sure about that?
Although he denied these claims and no criminal charges were pressed, Hammer found himself up against a public relations crisis. Not only did the allegations against Hammer challenge the authenticity of his previously championed values, but they also included a creepy cannibal rumor.
I experienced a ego death, a career death, a financial death, all of these things, right?
Number 3. Jussie Smollett. Although he had previously enjoyed moderate success as an actor and activist, Smollett's career was largely overshadowed by a certain incident.
Breaking overnight. A law enforcement source familiar with the investigation tells NBC News that Chicago police are now looking into whether Empire actor Jussie Smollett actually paid 2 men to fake an attack against him.
You know which one we mean. In 2019, Smlet claimed to be the victim of a racist and homophobic attack in Chicago, drawing national attention and support from various figures.
Then I look down and I see that there's a rope around my neck, which I hadn't.
You hadn't noticed it before?
No,
you didn't
because
see?
it was so fast. You know what I'm saying? It was so fast.
How long did this all
It felt like minutes, but it probably was like 30 seconds.
But it wasn't long before investigations determined that he had staged the attack. This led to criminal charges, and he was convicted of disorderly conduct for filing a false police report. The controversy surrounding this case has become the defining moment of Smollett's public life.
I'm okay with accepting responsibility for things that I've actually done. I'm just not okay with accepting responsibility for something that I did not do.
Number 2, Ellen DeGeneres. Oh, Ellen, what happened? As a rising star in the 80s and 90s, DeGeneres' entire image was one of kindness, acceptance, and lighthearted fun.
It's a beautiful thing to have emotion. I'm happy that you're that happy.
She broke barriers as an openly gay celebrity and built her brand around the motto, "Be kind." But behind the scenes, things weren't so wholesome. In 2020, reports emerged that the Ellen DeGeneres show fostered a toxic workplace.
The biggest common thread that everyone
told me is that what goes on behind the scenes is a far cry from what the show represents in their Be Kind messaging.
Former employees accused Ellen of allowing and even contributing to a culture of fear. For someone who lived by the phrase, be kind, these revelations were a shocking contradiction. While DeGeneres issued an apology, the damage was done, and the once beloved talk show host saw her reputation take a major hit.
Let me give you some advice out there. If anybody's thinking of changing their title or giving yourself a nickname, do not go with the Be Kind lady. Don't do it.
Before we continue, be sure to subscribe to our channel and ring the bell to get notified about our latest videos. You have the option to be notified for occasional videos or all of them. If you're on your phone, make sure you go into your settings and switch on notifications.
Number 1. Kanye West. This famously self-assured rapper has long positioned himself as a fighter of progress, once famously declaring that George Bush doesn't care about black people in response to Hurricane Katrina.
George Bush doesn't care about black people.
Over the years, he aligned himself with various causes and spoke out against systemic oppression. However, his later actions painted a very different picture, from publicly harassing his ex-wife Kim Kardashian to making repeated anti-Semitic remarks. West's behavior became increasingly erratic and troubling.
So the answer to why I wrote White Lives Matter on a shirt is because they do. It's the obvious thing.
Despite once advocating for marginalized communities, he's also alienated many with hateful rhetoric and conspiracy theories. How could someone who once called out injustice become an apologist for it?
I think there's a left agenda to silence anyone that goes against the agenda.
Who are some other stars who fell short of their stated values? Discuss it in the comments.
I am that person that you see on TV. I am also a lot of other things.
Did you enjoy this video? Check out these other clips from WatchMojo, and be sure to subscribe and ring the bell to be notified about our latest videos.